A father in custody after beating his girlfriend, resulting in her losing her unborn child. Why he's not being charged with murder. A local rape survivor pushing for new DNA collection. And United Way making pre-K more accessible. The new plans in place to help low-income families. A mother's unborn child dead, and now the father of the child is in jail. 24-year-old Johnny Ebbs was captured by Austin police last night. KVUE's Hank Cavanero is live at the Travis County Jail with what we've learned about the arrest. Hank?
Terry, the victim here is Ebbs' on and off girlfriend who was 8 months pregnant at the time with their child. Now that baby is dead. Ebbs is in the Travis County Jail this evening, not only accused of throwing her on the ground, but also punching her in the stomach. Now, this all happened at a house in East Austin on Sunday. According to the arrest affidavit, Ebbs accused his girlfriend of cheating. In the course of the argument, he allegedly threw her to the ground, punched her in the stomach, and threatened to push her out of a second-floor window. A few days later, the victim says she didn't feel the baby moving, went to get it checked out, which is when she was told her unborn child was dead. Ebbs is in jail tonight, charged with aggravated assault. We spoke to a retired Travis County judge who says even though Ebbs isn't charged with murder now, it's not out of the question.
It could rise to the level of murder. But of course, the state wants to determine if this was caused by some type of criminal act or if it was a stillborn child or whatever. They want to make sure that they're clear on the cause of death before they pursue any greater charges.
The medical examiner will perform an autopsy on the unborn child to officially determine the baby's cause of death. For now, Ebbs is still in the Travis County Jail on a $75,000 bond. Coming up at 6, we'll have the possible punishments for what Ebbs might be facing if he's charged with murder. Hank Cavanero, KVUE News.
Appreciate the update, Hank. Police have released the name of the man killed in an officer-involved shooting in Burnett earlier this week. Police say the man killed is 25-year-old Brandon Michael Jacquet. The officer involved in the shooting is identified as Russell Butler. The shooting remains under investigation, and the officer is on paid administrative leave, which is standard. On Monday, rape survivors will meet with lawmakers to discuss a new DNA collection bill. The new bill would strengthen current laws requiring the collection of DNA from every person arrested for a felony. This effort was inspired by the 2003 murder of Katie Sepich. Katie's law provides funding to states to implement minimum and enhanced DNA collection processes for those arrested for felonies. Katie's mother says efforts like these are important.
She did not know the man that murdered her. She had never met him before that night. And if it hadn't been for that DNA, we would have never, ever discovered who he was, and we would have never gotten justice for Katie and stopped him from doing it to others.
Many feel that the collection of DNA for everyone that is arrested for a felony is an invasion of privacy. So far, 29 other states and the federal government currently have similar laws in place. A man is in custody accused of tampering with 2 bodies connected to a murder investigation. 52-year-old Harvey Cyphers has been indicted on charges. Back in 2016, he was a suspect in the disappearance of a Houston couple, Sydney Taylor and Chrislyn Gibson. Cyphers was the last person seen with the couple, who had been at the Urban Musical Festival here in Austin. Cyphers is being held in the Travis County Jail on a $100,000 bond. The mayor of Mountain City and Hayes CISD employee Philip Taylor has died. Taylor died in a rollover crash on FM 2770 south of Buda yesterday. Taylor spent most of his career with the Hayes County Sheriff's Office and was hired last September by Hayes CISD to become the district's first director of safety and security. He was also serving as the mayor of Mountain City and as a volunteer emergency management specialist with the Hayes County Office of Emergency Management. President Trump threatening to close the entire U.S.-Mexico border next week if Mexico does not stop illegal immigrants from arriving in the United States. ABC's Romina Puga has the latest on how Mexico is responding.
We'll keep it closed for a long time. I'm not playing games.
President Trump threatening to close the U.S.-Mexico border indefinitely if Mexico doesn't stop immigrants from seeking asylum in the U.S. The president sending out a series of tweets today accusing Democrats of supporting weak immigration laws.
Democrats want to pretend there is no border crisis.
The president recently tried to allocate funds for his border wall without congressional approval. 12 Senate Republicans voting with Democrats to block the president's emergency declaration directing $3.5 billion from the Pentagon to build his wall. but the president overrode their resolution, issuing his very first veto. ABC News consultant John Cohen, who held a senior role at Homeland Security, says the last time the border was closed was during the Reagan administration and caused severe economic harm to both countries.
History tells us that when you shut down the southern border, you do little to stop the flow of illegal drugs into the United States. You do little to stop illegal immigration. You do cause significant economic harm to the United States.
On the president's mind today in Florida,
Well, Mexico's tough. They can stop them, but they chose not to.
Mexico's foreign minister tweeting that Mexico does not act on the basis of threats. The border port in El Paso is over capacity by 400%. And while the administration has been sending the National Guard to help build the wall, there has been no influx of judges or resources to help process asylum seekers. Romina Puga, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now to weather, and it took most of the day, but nice to have some late day sunshine. Partly sunny to mostly sunny skies out there right now. That's allowing for the warmest temperature that we've been all day today at 77 degrees right now in Austin. As you look live from our downtown camera, and to the right, Pennybacker Bridge. If you look real closely in the bottom right, you see all the folks enjoying the Dell match play right there on Lake Austin. Our next front, it's moving through the Panhandle right now. A little cooler behind it at 69 in Amarillo. This front will move through tomorrow mid-morning into the midday hours. So we're still mild, muggy, and breezy out ahead of the front this evening. We'll be in the 60s overnight with some patchy areas of fog, and then cooling throughout the afternoon tomorrow, and chilly, at least for March standards for Sunday. We're going to stay in the 50s on Sunday. I'll show you the updated weekend forecast coming up. Terry?
See you then. Thanks, Albert. United Way is teaming up with the Austin Independent School District to increase access to high-quality pre-K. The AISD Board of Trustees voted unanimously Monday to approve United Way for Greater Austin to guide the district's Child Development Center partnerships. United Way will manage those partnerships with high-quality child development centers and offer both 3-hour pre-K classes and full-day child care in community settings. With this, working and low-income families will soon have access to high-quality care and education at a place and schedule that is convenient for them. And speaking of convenient, this weekend, a health center in Kyle is offering free services to the uninsured. Starting tomorrow at 8 a.m., Ascension Seton Medical Center Hayes is giving free basic health screenings for vision and dental. Organizers expect a large turnout, so anyone planning to attend should get there early because it is first come, first serve. For more details, visit KVUE.com. They had thousands last time they did this in 2016. Well, we are learning more about the investigation into Boeing 737 planes. What investigators say they have learned from the black box from one of those crashes.
If you were injured in a workplace accident, call Thomas J. Henry today. Our attorneys are available 24/7, nights and weekends.
Dust off your boots, Austin. It's rodeo time. Round up the whole family and head out to Rodeo Austin March 16 through 30. Stop by a refreshing beer and wine garden. Local food trucks in Austin's largest carnival. Rodeo Austin, where weird meets Western.
The Cadillac Move Up sales event is here. Move up to next-gen connectivity. Move up to advanced safety. Move up to something a little more, well, Cadillac. In XT5, XT4, and the Escalade. Get this low mileage lease on this 2019 Cadillac XT5 from around $359 per month. Visit Covert Cadillac for this attractive offer.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. It's the official truck of calloused hands and elbow grease. The official truck of getting to work and getting to work. It's the official truck of homecoming and coming home. The all-new Chevy Silverado. Now, during Chevy Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado Texas Edition.
Visit your Central Texas Chevy dealer.
Dust off your boots, Austin. It's rodeo time. Round up the whole family and head out to Rodeo Austin March 16 through 30. Featuring Pro Rodeo, the official sport of Texas, with the toughest cowboys, rowdiest bulls, and live music. Rodeo Austin, where weird meets Western.
KVUE News is brought to you by Living Spaces.
Enjoy a variety of furniture styles at unbeatable values in-store or online at Living Spaces.
New developments in that Ethiopian Airlines crash reveal a safety system could be responsible for the deaths of 346 people. A source tells ABC News the data from the black box indicates the Boeing 737 MAX's flight control feature automatically activated before the plane nosedived. Investigators believe the same malfunction brought down the Lion Air flight last year. Days ago, pilots tested that system in a simulator. Some said they were shocked at how aggressive the anti-stall directed the jet nose down.
The force of the stick may have surprised the pilots, been stronger than they had anticipated. And this may have confused them and led them to making false moves in the cockpit.
You need a system that provides additional protections, provides additional information, so that these two accidents don't happen again.
Boeing is still waiting on the FAA to approve a software update that would make it harder for that system to initiate and easier for pilots to recover. As the company waits, hundreds of 737 MAXs around the world are grounded, costing millions of dollars each day. More court appearances today for parents accused of bribing their children's way into college. This all taking place in Boston, including one parent who used a fake photo. ABC's Will Reeve with the latest.
As parents walked into an imposing brick structure in Boston today, they were a world away from any of the city's storied universities. Federal court proceedings continue today for some of the 33 parents caught up in that massive admissions bribery scandal. They're accused of paying a fixer, Rick Singer, to get their children into top schools by cheating on standardized tests or creating fake athletic recruiting profiles.
Between roughly 2011 and 2018, wealthy parents paid Singer about $25 million in total to guarantee their children's admission to elite schools.
Two of the most famous parents accused in the scandal, actresses Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, are not part of today's group facing the judge. Among the accused is Joey Chen, the owner of a warehouse business, accused of paying $75,000 to have his son's ACT exam proctored and his answers corrected. And a vineyard owner, Augustin Hunias, allegedly submitting a photo of a young woman who is not his daughter playing water polo to get his child into USC as a recruit.
Do you have a message for your former players?
On Thursday, the former women's soccer coach at Yale, Rudy Meredith, pled guilty to taking hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes.
Meredith cooperated with the FBI, providing them with information that helped unravel the nationwide scheme. He's now free on bail, but the government wants him to forfeit over $865,000 as part of his plea agreement. Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
Surgeons in Baltimore have successfully performed the first kidney transplant from a living donor with HIV. The milestone could free up space on the transplant waiting list. At a news conference, the donor says she wanted to jolt people's perceptions of HIV.
Take a condition which in the 1980s was a death sentence, and now you can be so healthy living with this condition that you can actually give life to somebody else.
An estimated 20 people die every day waiting for a transplant. Doctors say allowing transplants between HIV positive people could potentially save thousands of lives. A national award-winning journalist and writer of the Austin Letter retiring. What he's saying as he calls it a career.
Okay, I got some good news and bad news. First, the good news, oat pollen not as high today as it was earlier this week. The bad news is it's still high and it's going to remain high into next week. Got a breezy north wind tomorrow afternoon, breezy northeast wind on Sunday. That's going to stir up that pollen into next week. We're tracking that front and a much cooler Sunday to tell you about next.
The rule of three states, things that come in threes are inherently more appealing. We couldn't agree more. SUVs, one GMC. Get nearly $6,100 total value on this 2019 Terrain Denali. Plus, get nearly $900 additional purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial. And current eligible GM lessees get an additional $1,500 purchase allowance.
Enjoy 2 delicious Filet-O-Fish sandwiches made with wild-caught Alaskan pollock for only $5.
Mild and muggy tonight with some low clouds and patchy fog by tomorrow morning. 30s below freezing in Amarillo, but upper 60s down in South Texas. Cooling tomorrow. Highs will be recorded before noon. We're tracking that next cold front next.
I'm Shane Dykey, owner of Urban Mattress, and you deserve a great night's sleep.
Urban Mattress, Austin's premier mattress showroom, makes mattress shopping easy. Our sleep specialists will find the perfect solution for your needs. We're locally owned, offer free delivery and removal, and don't forget our 10-year sleep guarantee. It's March Madness. Score big savings all month long. Urban Mattress.
Sleep better, live better, guaranteed. Urban Mattress.
It's the last weekend to shop the Rooms to Go anniversary sale with special anniversary bonus buys from our suppliers that save you even more. Save with no minimum purchase and low interest-free monthly payments. Bring home beautiful styles like this, interest-free. Whether you buy a piece or the entire room, celebrate with great prices and interest-free monthly payments until March 2024. Hurry in this final weekend. The Rooms to Go anniversary sale ends Tuesday.
KVUE weather, sponsored by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Now offering an 18-month Super Jumbo Share Certificate at 2.83%.
Okay, if you've been in Austin a while, you certainly know the name Neil Spells. He spent decades in front of the camera as a TV anchor and a reporter, worked as a PR executive, and has been involved in countless civic activities. Well, today he's ending something that has been part of the Austin information scene for 4 decades. Tony Plohetsky is here to explain. Tony.
Terry, I could have talked to him all day. Neil Spells has published the Neil Spells Austin letter since 1979. Think of it as an old-fashioned way of getting the scoop on what's going on around town at a glance. Now at age 82, Spells is calling that quits, but he's moving on to another venture.
FK and LBJ and Neil.
Every week on Thursday nights, you could find Neil Spells here at his desk, putting the final touches on his Austin letter. It's a 4-page weekly insight that covers everything from the environment to politics to tech and transportation.
Primarily directed, though, toward a business, civic leader audience.
He started it at a time when national newsletters like the Kiplinger Washington Letter were catching a wave of popularity. Spells decided Austin needed a local version.
And I'd, write it. We'd go to the printer, stamp the envelopes, and mail them out.
Over the past 4 decades, he put out a publication 50 weeks a year, with only a 2-week break at Christmas. He's built a subscriber base of several thousand, and in 2000, he transitioned from a printed publication to a downloadable version on the internet.
Well, some of our subscribers kicking and screaming.
But as of today, Spells has released his final copy.
I'm nostalgic, but I think it's tempered by the excitement of writing about, so many different things.
Spells has started writing a book that will chronicle his experience interviewing presidents and world leaders, covering the University Tower shooting more than 50 years ago, and his take on the changing face of Austin. I want to be him at 82. Neil Spells says he doesn't yet have a publication date on his book.
We'll let you know. Good luck to him.
Absolutely.
Kind of sad to see that go, though, for sure. Tony, appreciate that. Time now to check our forecast. It sounds like we have some changes headed our way this weekend, especially for anyone who may have some outdoor plans. May need some jackets, Albert?
Yeah, especially on Sunday. You want to layer up. If you're headed out to the Kite Fest, it's going to be breezy, it's going to be cool. We're going to be in the 50s. It'll be the last little break from this heat humidity before we get into full spring mode, and summer's just around the corner. Out there right now, some nice sunshine, Finally, the sun coming out this afternoon after being mostly cloudy for the first half of the day, even into the early afternoon. So our temperatures now are also our high temperatures, 79 at the airport, 77 at Kent, Mabry, and Breezy. South wind right now, 16 miles per hour. Wind gusts around 20 miles per hour across the area. Also across the area, most spots are in the 70s. It's a little bit warmer in LaGrange and San Marcos in the low 80s, but a quiet scan on our Doppler radar, and we'll be mainly dry here this evening. Our next weather maker moving through the Panhandle right now. This is a front that's going to cool us down this weekend. With it, a thin band of showers for tomorrow. I have lowered those rain chances this weekend all the way down to 20% for both Saturday and also Sunday, but we've also lowered the temperatures for Sunday. So let's talk about that right now. Our hour-by-hour forecast. Clouds increase once again overnight, patchy areas of fog, maybe a little bit of mist and drizzle, and mild. Temperatures only in the 60s for tonight. Here's a look at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And one thing to note about tomorrow is high temperatures will occur before lunchtime in most spots, upper 60s and low 70s. And there's that thin band of showers as the front comes in, and then cooling into the 60s, cooling into the 50s tomorrow evening, and eventually in the 40s tomorrow night into Sunday morning. So this is cool across the area in the 40s and stuck in the 50s for high temperatures on Sunday afternoon with a breezy northeast wind and a mix of clouds and sun. So first for Saturday, high temperatures again occurring before lunchtime, upper 60s and low 70s. Not a huge chance of rain tomorrow, just a 20% chance to account for that thin band of showers as that front moves through the area. And we're cooler on Sunday. So headed out to Kite Fest, 10 a.m. to 5 o'clock out at Zilker Park. We're stuck in the 50s. Chance of a shower small on Sunday down to 20%. Good kite flying weather though. Northeast wind continues at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But it's that breezy north wind that's going to continue to aggravate our sinuses. It's going to continue to mix up and spread that oak pollen all over the place. Oak was high again for today, although not nearly as high as it was earlier this week. Grass pollen also in the high count. Your allergy forecast from the KVUE Storm Team found every day in the Austin American-Statesman. Okay, so our 7-day forecast, we've got some cooler weather. Next 2 days, the high tomorrow occurring before noon and then cooling into the low 60s tomorrow afternoon. 40s to start the day on Sunday, 50s for highs on Sunday afternoon. We're still cool, upper 50s and low 60s on Monday, and then we'll rebound nicely after a chilly start on Tuesday, up to 71 in the afternoon. And look at this, the 80s are back Thursday and Friday for next week. So I've been saying this all week. I want you to enjoy this cool down. It'll be probably the last opportunity for you to use some of that winter clothes before you put it up.
Use your jackets and your sweaters, right?
That's right.
I don't know that Jason needed them today, right?
No, it was short sleeve weather. Meteorologist Jason Michael visited some kindergartners at Mills Elementary in South Austin. Always excited to see Jason and the weather lab there in South Austin for today.
I don't know if folks know, but you guys bring like lots of cool stuff for the kids. And
yeah, Erica was actually at a career day, I believe in Taylor, and she got to take our tornado simulator.
It's amazing.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's neat.
Love it. Thanks so much,
You got
Albert.
it.
A teen claiming he was not hired at Six Flags because of his hair.
7-day forecast sponsored by Subaru of Georgetown. Expanded showroom and service area so you get even more. For real Subaru value, visit Subaru of Georgetown. SubaruGeorgetown.com.
Spokespersons for Lorenz and Lorenz.
I handle car accident cases of all sizes, whether it's a $15,000 fender bender or a multi-million-dollar catastrophic injury case. We'll fight to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Any size accident can hurt your pocketbook. Doctor bills, car repairs, chiropractic bills, call Ted Lorenz.
Big cases and small, Ted handles them all.
When it comes to accidents in Austin, I'm on top of it.
Call 512-477-7333.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Get 14% below MSRP on most Equinox models, or current competitive owners get 21% below MSRP when financing with GM Financial. That's over $8,300 on this Equinox.
Mike Rush, Quita Culpepper, Mike Barnes, and Albert Ramon. The KVUE Night Beat, weeknights at 10.
And now a reading of the beneficiaries.
Joan Harmon just had her smile makeover at Austin Dental Spa.
To my dog walker, Joan Harmon, I bequeath my entire earthly fortune.
Change your smile, change your life.
Are you ready to try some Golden Chick catfish for the first time?
Yes.
Because this catfish is 100% U.S. farm raised. Is that important to you?
Yes, it is.
Very tasty.
It's got a good crunch, but I like the spice with it.
It's really good. I didn't know Golden Chick had catfish. It's great.
Our Southern Fried Catfish Combo is back. 2 hand-breaded fillets with 2 sides, a roll and a drink for only $7.99.
One taste, and you're golden.
Golden Chick.
Is this like birthday excited?
Yes.
Is this last day of school excited?
Totally.
David Hess just had his smile makeover at Austin Dental Spa.
Change your smile, change your life.
An Arlington teen says he was not hired at Six Flags because his hair was braided. Bradley Blackburn spoke to the teen, who says he was treated unfairly.
It's a place he always found fun.
Every summer I would have a season pass.
So when 16-year-old Kobe Pierce wanted his first real job, he applied at Six Flags, just like his grandfather before him.
We encouraged him to go to Six Flags.
The high school junior says he went for an interview at the park.
We counted down the days.
There were a few employees that complimented my hair before the interview.
But he says it was his hair that was the problem.
They pulled me aside at the end of it and said, you would have to cut your hair or we can't hire you at Six Flags.
He wears his hair in a single braid. He says he's never cut it, the same style his whole life.
Since as long as I can remember.
But he says Six Flags told him it was not allowed for men, even though women can put long hair in a bun.
If girls are able to wear their hair pulled back and they can have it long, that guys shouldn't have to cut their hair.
Kobe decided to speak after seeing a Fort Worth teen with a similar story whose post went viral online. Tonight, Six Flags told us in a statement their grooming code does permit braids, but bans extreme hairstyles such as drastic variations in color, locks, or partially shaven heads. There have been signs of a wider cultural change. In December, a national conversation after a high school wrestler forced to cut his hair to compete. And last month, New York City outlawed discrimination based on hairstyle, the idea that it targets race.
I think that they are really missing out on a lot of young males who are trying to work the right way, and they won't even give them the opportunity.
Kobe is still looking for a job and hopes Six Flags will adapt because his hair is part of him.
If girls can have it, you guys should be able to have it too.
In Arlington, I'm Bradley Blackburn.
Feel free to weigh in on our Facebook page. We're back after this.
Egg, crispy bacon, brioche bun. The brunch burger is a win because now I can have brunch whenever I want.
It's a real brunch of champions.
Oh, you referring to these old things?
No, I was referring to the burger.
Get the Sonic Brunch Burger or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger and tots for $2.99. Going fast.
Is the insurance company asking you to make a recorded statement? Does that make you nervous? It should, because anything you say can be used against you. Here's some free advice from an experienced attorney on what to say. Get it? Don't say a word. Better yet, tell them this. Call my lawyer. Demand Daniel Stark. 1-800-483-8300.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. It's the official truck of calloused hands and elbow grease. The official truck of getting to work and getting to work. It's the official truck of homecoming and coming home. The all-new Chevy Silverado. Now, during Chevy Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado Texas Edition.
Visit your Central Texas Chevy dealer.
Mesothelioma, it's all we do. With 9 offices across the country, we are large enough to take on big corporations. There is no risk. Let us come meet with you.
We only take mesothelioma claims. Call us at 1-800-400-6731 or go to mesobook.com.
Our experience and the size of our law firm makes a difference. Call us at 1-800-400-6731 or visit mesobook.com.
Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone. Made from Oreo wafers. Layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
KVUE News, sponsored by Star Furniture. Visit our showroom in person or online at starfurniture.com.
Sometimes I wish you could hear us talk during the break. You can tell we're hungry. We're talking food.
Yeah, you found a great restaurant in Marble Falls. I'm going to have to make a trip out there really soon.
For sure. And this may not be a bad weekend to go check out some of the flowers, right?
So tomorrow, cool, but not frigid or anything like that. It's going to turn breeze in the afternoon. A lot cooler, though, on Sunday. Highs only in the 50s.
Bundle up. Thanks for joining us here at 5. Our next newscast is at 6. Hope you have a great weekend.
Tonight, several developing stories as